Hey, all right, Shalom. All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, and honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakah, Kradash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and in sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another sit-down. Today's sit-down is entitled The Reason the BW is Unprotected. Now, I kind of titled this because I didn't want it just to be another video where it's just about the woman and, people start clicking on it just because, oh, you talk about the woman. Because when you look at the, the nation of Israel as it stands right now, they're through. Except there wasn't a remnant left, then we'd be destroyed, man. But the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he left the remnant, which is the elect of our people. Okay, Lord, will we be a part of that holy number of the elect to inherited the kingdom? Okay, so across the board, when you look at Jake as a whole, is through. But the woman plays a intrinsic role in the stagnation and the destruction and the just this whole situation. And like the scripture says, and I'll get that. It just came to my mind, Salakia. It's a couple of scriptures actually, but let me get this one right here. This is I think it's 2 Timothy's chapter 2. Let me see. Let's see. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Let me see. Let's see. Salakia. Just bear with me, brothers. Hold on. Salakia. It might be 1 Timothy 2 and 12. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Yep, this is 1 Timothy 2 and 12. I'll start at 11. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in a transgression. All right. So she plays a major role in the reason why the story played out the way it played out. Obviously, we know that it's the will of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. But at the same time, we still got to take responsibility for what we did. We went off. We followed, going back to our forefather Adam, who followed Eve into what? Into wickedness. Those wicked philosophies, witchcraft, all of that stuff, understanding the knowledge of evil. It was the woman that brought that to the man. The man didn't bring that to the woman. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, it might be 26, but just bear with me, 26 and 24. All right. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 24. It might be 25. So let me go to the previous chapter. Ecclesiasticus 25 and just bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, yep, here it is right here. This is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So again, going back into Eve, what Eve did in the garden, she went off, she transgressed the word of the Heavenly Father, where the Lord told us what? Not to go into, not to touch the tree of life, man. Not to touch the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Okay, which that was of witchcraft philosophies that these other nations had. Okay, This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. And because of that, she had a punishment. And what was her punishment given to her by the Heavenly Father? This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. This is the reason why women have birth pains. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, because prior to that, the woman, she would bring children. It was a beautiful thing. It wasn't a thing of sorrow. She brought children in joy. It says, and this is the other punishment. Again, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And this goes for all women. This goes for all women, especially the women of Israel, man. The man's role is to what? To rule over his woman. Now, does that mean that he's a tyrant? Does that mean that, because these women, they'll go to the extreme. We start talking about the woman and the man's, the man and the woman dichotomy, or when we start speaking about the relationship between a man and a woman, they kind of lean towards these opposites of two extremes. Oh, rule over me mean be my slave, be my servant. And well, which a woman is supposed to be a servant to her man. The word woman means servant when you look it up. If you ask the majority of women, what does the word woman mean? And they can't tell you. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up and get back to you. Well, wait a minute. And then she never gets back to you. She never gets back. You give her a question and she never gets back to you, man. So the word wife, I'm sorry, not wife, woman. The word woman, this is an adult female human English, women, literally woman, man, alteration of wife, man, or wifeman, a woman, female servant. And who is she supposed to serve? Her husband. She's supposed to serve her husband in subjection. And because she refuses to do such a thing, this is the reason why the women aren't protected, especially the B dub, man. I'm not going to call out a name. I'm just going to refrain from, directly pinpointing them, but the B dub, because you got these simps in the world. They yelling and screaming at Jake to protect the woman, but she don't even want to be protected. She want to be protected on her own accord. She wants you to be the servant. Instead of her being a servant, she wants you to be the servant. And I'm gonna show you proof. So this is John Boyega. He's an actor. He starred in Star Wars. All right. And this is this fool's message to the so-called black man. Yeah.
Nah, you got this. You got this. You got this. You've got this. You've got this.
Black men, we need to take care of black women. We need to take care of them. They are ours. They are our hearts. They are our future. We cannot demonize our own.
Amen.
We are the pillars of the family. Imagine this, a nation that is set up with individual families that are thriving, that are healthy, that communicate, that raise their children in love.
And you know when you're going to have that in the kingdom of heaven. You ain't going to have that on this side. You're not going to have that. He said we imagine that, having families that thrive together, that communicate, and that thrive together. Well, that's in the kingdom of heaven. Right now, we living underneath the curses. You got to understand that. This nigga said, hold on, let me rewind it. Talking this shit about we got to protect our black women. You can't protect this woman. She don't want to be protected. She want a man with power. And we don't represent power on the earth right now. When I say we, I'm talking about the so-called black, Latino, and Native American men. We don't represent that. So even our own women, like in the kingdom of heaven, it says in Job that Esau's widows are not going to, they're not going to weep for him. Why? Because he's out of power. She ain't going to care about her men the same way the B dub or the N dub or the L dub hate their men on this side. Is the same way Esau's women going to hate him in the kingdom of heaven, man. When he's in slavery, when he's powerless, man. All right, let me play this again.
Not demonize our own. We cannot demonize our future.
This nigga bugging. This nigga bugging. He just want the attention and the claps, man. This nigga is a beta male, man. Don't let the muscles and the smooth, what's it, the 007, that 007 British accent fool you, man. This dude's a beta male, man. And these women are chanting him more because he's a millionaire. He's not your average, everyday, so-called Negro man walking around the earth, man, working to survive every day. This dude living lavish. He's well known. And the reason why people are listening to him, because he's a rich man. And women, especially the women of our nation, they like dudes like this. You know, they're actually checking. A lot of these hoes in that crowd probably wanted to throw him in draws right then and there, man. Oh, he gets down on one knee and start begging a bitch, start talking to her all, lovey-dovey, talking about, I just want to serve you. You're the only one I want in my life. There's no one other than you. This is the kind of guy, a simp, man. Dressed in hardcore clothes. He got hardcore gloves on, the vest on, a hoodie, and he looks like he's sincere. He's not sincere, man. He's sincerely simple, man.
We need to take care of.
Let me rewind it because the nigga started crying. The nigga was acting like he was crying. He's an actor. That's another thing too. You see how simple these women are? They don't realize this nigga's an actor. He's playing a role right now, bro. He's playing a role. This is not even him. But you don't believe, they won't believe that. No, he was there. He was in the crowd with us marching for women's rights. Why is it that all of these actors and actresses, they push that whole feminist agenda, that whole gay agenda? They push that. That's heavy on their agenda because they work for the industry, man. And they gotta push that. Well, if this dude was out there with us, his life would be over, man. They probably get him up out of here, man. Real talk. They probably try to take him off the earth, man. But instead, he's out here with these women pushing this feminist vibration, and they taking it, man. And this is the reason why the woman is not protected, man.
Nasty. Come on, you got this. You got this. You got this. You've got this. You got this.
Black men, we need to take care of our black women. We need to take care of them. They are hard. They are our hearts. They are our future. We cannot demonize our own.
Amen.
We are the pillars of the family. Imagine this, a nation that is set up with individual families that are thriving, that are healthy, that communicate, that raise their children in love, have a better rate of becoming better human beings.
Well, that's America. Not America. That's the kingdom of heaven. That portion right there, a nation of people, of families that set up, that love one another and communicate and that thrive, and so their kids can be better human beings. That's going to be in the kingdom of heaven for the children of Israel. Because currently, as it stands, we're living underneath the curses, man. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. I'll start at verse 15. All right, verse 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, Yahweh Shem Shai, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So the fact that our woman is out of control, the fact that our families are destroyed, all these things are in the scriptures. Everything. The fact that you got to lay with a woman that has already laid with the man, the fact that your kid, you can't enjoy your children, all these are part of the curses, man. You see? So let's skip down to verse 56. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. Because even the fact that Jake be killing each other out here, that's in the scriptures too. That's the previous verse. But we're not talking about that right now. We're going to talk about verse 56, man. Deuteronomy 28 and 56. "The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly. And the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates." So these women, the woman, she don't look at the child as 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 offspring of man, and as an arm or lineage, continued lineage for her husband and herself. She eats her children. She take her children, take advantage of the fact that she have children by men, whether that's beating the system, whether that's getting all kinds of crazy child support money if the dude's rich. She don't have no love for the children. Why? Because of the curses, man. And that go for all the tribes, man. Because some of the stuff that these Latin tribes be doing to their children is despicable too. The mothers abuse the boys, destroys the boys, all kinds of stuff. The daughters too. All of that is part of the curses, man. That she would hate. That she would hate her own husband, man. Not only would she hate her own husband, because it says the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not have ventured to set their soul on her feet on the ground upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Right, our women didn't even have to walk in the ancient world, bro. They were carried around, man. Like now, the women of our nation, they're swift to run to the streets. They're swift to fight in the streets and all kinds of crazy shit. They wasn't doing that like that in the ancient world, man. People went off, people did their thing, but not on the level that you see today. All right? Why is that? Because it's a curse. All right? The reason why the so-called black man and black woman can barely coexist in the same household is because of the curse. On top of the fact, our enemy used the fact that we're under these current curses to do what? To destroy our family structure. He used that as a arm or as an excuse to continually destroy the family structure, man. But yet this dude is, his face is big as shit. He looked like he just jumped out of a Wakanda movie, talking about we need to protect the black woman. You can't protect somebody that don't want protection. You can't. And again, these women, they want servants. They don't want husbands, man. Like the word woman, it actually means servant. Well, there's a scripture that says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. I think it's Isaiah 29:16. And here it is, this devil, he turned everything upside down. He gave the woman to be the power or the head of a house, man. He gave that to the woman and took it from the man. So instead of the man being the head, the leader, the king of the castle, he's a servant. So it says the word woman means female servant, a compound of wife, woman. So the word wife means servant. Why? Because going back to Genesis 3:16, it said that her want was going to be for her husband. Okay. It says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Why? Because when the woman is left alone, she's going to get in all kinds of mischief, man. When she's left to her own devices, she's going to fall into all kinds of wickedness. And look what you got right now. The head of Israel, the tribe of Judah, is completely through. Like the scripture says, the whole head is sick. And we focus on a Negro woman, but this is happening in the Latin community. This is happening in the so-called Native American community. This is really happening. All this women empowerment. I saw some shit yesterday. They got Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold, these actresses, talking about something. We need to celebrate black women more. All you do is celebrate black women. When you turn on BET, which I don't watch that shit, but if you turn it on, all you're going to see is them celebrating the black woman. And what is she doing? Being a lesbian, being out of control, being indiscreet, being unchaste, being forward, just being reckless, bro. There's no order with her. There's so much disorder, but yet you get a dude like this that say, hey, we need to protect him. You can't protect him. Look, we trying to be peaceful. I was speaking to one of the elders, Elder Mashapat. He was saying that, like, yo, like, these women act like Jake just get with a woman and he just want to destroy her. Now you got men out there that ain't shit like that, but that's not the majority. But instead, the whole majority of us, we get coupled up with that. And then when we look at the so-called Negro woman in America, and we see the way that they are, especially in this Western civilization, both here in America and abroad in some places like the UK, she's completely out of order. You got women out here cheering about protecting and loving a black woman. Some of these women ain't even so-called black. Why are they cheering? Because once you start doing that for the black woman, you're going to do it for the Latin woman. You're going to do it for the Native American woman. And he gonna do it for any other woman, man. Okay? But let me show you how much the Negro woman really cares about her husband, man. For her to make this kind of statement right here.
Relationship, and that'll let me be able to what is actually going to change in our relationship, and that'll let me be able to decide where I want to go next.
Honestly, I don't think about that. I just think when it happens, it'll be fine.
You can't think that. What would you say if I said that Zion moving in is a deal breaker?
I have to choose him. You know, like it wouldn't be right for me to not choose him for a package deal.
So if I can't accept Zion moving in,
we have to break up.
Yeah, so Zion is this man's son. I don't know how old the little boy is or the son is, but she straight up said, like, yo, like, if he move in, it's a deal breaker. And it's, as you're gonna see, he's gonna say he love her. But you see how the audacity the nigga woman has, especially, and she's obviously she went to college. I know she went to college, man. She said she ain't got no children. You gonna hear her say this? She gonna say she don't have no children. But the majority of you nigga bitches, you got kids, and you still have these overly delusional demands, man. You know, now imagine this. Imagine this. This man moved his kid up in the house with this woman. She probably treat the kid like shit. On top of the fact that we know that curses is real, but like this is what she wants. She don't want you to have no love. She don't want you to love nobody. These women want you to love them and be possessive over you, man. They want to control you. That's why amongst the Latin community, you see that big thing with being toxico, which they love being toxic. They don't. It's like they thrive off that shit. They thrive with being overprotective, over possessive, when the man is supposed to be possessive of the woman. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, so she wants to make her decision. She said she giving this dude an ultimatum in order to make her decision to keep the relationship going. Which that relationship is over. That shit ain't gonna last.
Can't accept Zion moving in.
We have to break up. We have to.
Of course, as a woman with no children, I really don't understand the love for a child.
So she's a demon. She's a demon, bro. And I actually, you know, I'm not even gonna put myself in the equation. I know for a fact this is how these nigga women think. These collegiate nigga women that ain't got no children. She done rode the cock carousel and found the right nigga, and then she got illicit demands, man, because she don't know how to be a mother. But you see, that's her mother's problem. That's her mother's problem. That's her grandmother's problem. They should have taught her from the jump how to be a mother. Real quick, this is Titus 2:3. The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teachers of good things. So the older women are supposed to be teaching the younger women, such as herself, the younger women, okay, how to do what? To do the things or show behavior that becometh holiness. Not false accusers, meaning liars, which the majority of these women, they're liars. Straight up, they lie more than men. Not giving them much wine. They love to be in the streets, drinking. Okay, falling out all over the place, pissing in the street. Teachers of good things. These women ain't teachers of good things. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Let's look up that word for sober. We're going to break this down. Teach the young woman to be sober. The Greek word there for sober is
Strong's G 4994. Sophronizo.
Yeah, sophronizo for sober, and that Greek word there, Salakia. The Greek word there for sober, sophronizo, all right, is to restore to his sense of moderate, control, curb disciples, to hold one to his duty, to admonish, to exhort earnestly, to be sober. It says to make of a sound mind, i.e., to discipline or correct. So this is what an older woman is supposed to do to a younger woman. She's supposed to discipline her when she's going off and give her the correction. Hey, this is how you're supposed to be as a woman. Let me read it again. It says, let's read up. Again, the aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children. Had she been taught by her mother, her grandmother, how to love children, whether those children come out of your loins, whether those children come out of your womb or not, if the man's coming to a marriage with a child, you gotta love that child like it's your own. You should already know how to take care of a child, how to rear a child. That shouldn't be the issue. But see, the woman, she wants complete control over the man. And this dude, he's through. You can tell, you can just look on his face.
When Mike said, I have to
Me to not choose him for a package deal.
Yeah, so the way he's talking.
I can't accept Zion moving in.
We have to break up.
Yeah, the way he's speaking, man, you see, he should have raised up on her, man. I'd have just got the fuck up and walked out. Like, we done. Like, there ain't even nothing to talk about. Because, see, the nigga woman, she wants you to fall in and be stepdaddy to her 3 or 4 kids, man. She wants you to see, it don't work. You see, a man can have children. He can be older. And guess what? He going to still be valuable to a younger woman, man. But on the other side, a woman older, she with children, her valuableness is low. Why? Because one, she probably can't give birth again by the time you get to her. You know, she's already soiled. You know what I'm saying? And the kids, they probably come from some demon nigga, some thug nigga in the ghetto somewhere. You know, some Tyrone, T-Bone, Jose. You know, Cholo the Magnificent. All right? And they little demons, so you got to grow up. Nah, man. And 9 times out of 10, his son probably with the mother, man. You know? Again, but she should have known these things. She should know how to rear children, man. All right? And love her husbands. Let's keep on reading. It says, the aged woman, likewise, that they be behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers. I'm sorry. Titus 2:1 again. But speak thou things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience. This is how we supposed to be as men of the Lord. Verse 3, that the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young woman to be sober and to love their children. To love their husbands and to love their children, to be discreet, chaste. Okay, when you look at these words, man, they're heavy words. The word there for discreet is saffron, and the word there is to sound mind, sane in one's sense, curbing one's desires, impulse, self-control, temperate. And these women, they're none of those things. They're none of those things. They're out of their mind. They're not discreet. They don't curb their emotions, their feelings. Okay, they just let it all out. They got to tell you every 5 minutes how they feel, what they don't agree with. Nah, I'm not going to do that. You can't live with a person like that, man. These are the reasons why the woman isn't protected the way she thinks she want to be protected. Because in reality, she just wants you to be a piece of meat standing there like a bodyguard, man, while she's the queen sitting on the throne. That's what she really wants. She ain't going to tell you that, but that's what she really wants. And when she get too old and she's single with a kid damn near in her 40s, okay, now she's just looking for anything to hold on to, man. And she's still coming with the list of demands. Okay? Chaste. Hagnos, the word there, hagnos, exciting reverence, venerable, sacred, pure from carnality, chaste, modest, immaculate, clean, pure from every fault. These women are none of those things. Why? Because they weren't taught to be these things. What did your mother teach you? Get it how you live. Use what you got to get what you want. If you don't do what you want them to do, girl, leave them. There's more men out there. You see? They don't teach you. They don't teach you that. Just to be discreet, chaste. Keepers at home. Keepers at home. The Greek word there is.
Strong's G 3626. Oikorgas.
Oikorgas. All right. It says caring for the house. How many of these women can take care of the house? They want to hire somebody to take care of the house, man. This chick, She can't even take care of a kid. She already knows she don't know how to take care of no house, man. She can't even take care of a kid, let alone a house. But these are the things you're supposed to teach. But see, one big thing is that the scriptures aren't the scriptures are not the foundation of the household in America. Even though Reagan said in the 80s that the Bible was the law of the land, that came out of his mouth. He ain't the only president to say it, but that came out of his mouth. He's the most recent one to say it. But they don't follow the laws of the Bible. Okay? They break the laws of the Bible consistently. All the time. They don't reverence the word of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. Had you been using these words to navigate your life, your marriage, okay, your business, your first and foremost, your spirituality, you'd be in a good place. We wouldn't be here. We would be where John Boyega was talking about, living in a society where families are thriving, communicate, and love one another, and teach their children how to be great adults, man. You cannot do that in this society, man. It is impossible. That's why we need Yahushua. It says caring for the house, working at home. Right? These women, they want to work outside. They want to go outside and work. They'll work for the white man and humble down for him because that check coming. Or because they want to get some type of promotion. But they ain't going to do that for you. They're not going to reverence you. Keepers of the house, keeping at home, taking care of household affairs, domestics, man. And even King James even said that about the woman. He said, I'm going to show y'all what King James said. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show you what King James said about the role of a woman. This is during his time. The role of a woman. All right? Just bear with me, brothers. Just bear with me. I'm going to find this real quick. All right? This is it's a book King James wrote his son. All right? It's a small book, but he wrote it to his son for instruction in righteousness as a king. All right? Just bear with me, brothers. I'm trying to look for it. Just bear with me. Don't hang in there. Hang in there. We're almost done. Let me see. What the hell? Matter of fact, I was just finding the Basilica of Duran. Yeah, this is the Basilica of Duran, and I'll just read a quick excerpt from Wikipedia. All right, this is King James wrote this to his son to teach him how to be a good leader. All right, it says in the second book, James encourages his son to be a good king as opposed to a tyrant. Yep. Especially, matter of fact, let me read this. As the first part is concerned with being, okay, this document is separated in 3 books. The book is called the Basilicon Duran. You can get it free online in a PDF version, okay? It says, and serves as a general guidelines to follow to be an efficient monarch. The first describes a king's duty towards God as a Christian. The second focuses on the roles and responsibilities in office. The third concerns proper behavior in daily life. All right. And it says right here, it says, it says right here, a good monarch must be well acquainted with his okay, I'm not going to read that part. It says in the court and in the, it says in the court and the household, he should carefully select loyal gentlemen and servants to surround him. When the time came to choose a wife, it would be best if she were of the same religion and had a generous estate. However, she must not meddle with government politics, but perform her domestic duties. Okay, that's what the woman is supposed, even as a so-called queen, she was supposed to perform her domestic duties. Going back to the scriptures, what I'm reading right here, keepers at home, she's supposed to be taking care of household affairs, being a domestic. You try to tell these women right now in 2020, hey, you need to be a domestic. She gonna look at you and walk out the door. She gonna suck her teeth and curse you out while doing it, man. You know, she ain't trying to be no domestic. So she's supposed to be what? Chaste, discreet, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. These women are not obedient. That's why that woman was saying that she had to. She was, basically telling him, giving him an ultimatum to figure out how she need to move on. Okay, that word for what's that word? That word for obedient, hypotasso, which is to range under, to subordinate, to be in subjection, to subject oneself, to obey. See, an obeying wife wouldn't be telling you if your son move in, that's a deal breaker for us. What kind of shit is that? What? But yet, if she had 3 and 4 kids, you would have to accept them kids. Like dude said, they're a package deal. And typically you hear that with the woman. Oh, my kids is a package deal. You gotta love me and you gotta love my kids unconditionally. And you can't discipline them. You see? And it shows you the hypocrisy of the woman. This is the reason why she is not protected. Among many other reasons. All right? This is the reason why. And I'm getting on the Negro woman because she's the one. She's the leader of the pack, man. You know what I'm saying? You can get on the followers, but you got to address the elephant in the room, man. And the elephant in the room is the B-Dub, man. And this ain't because I got an affinity for the Latin woman. No. All these women are out of order, man. All these women are out of order. But they got to take cue from somewhere. The Negro woman takes cue from Esau. The Latin woman takes, and the Native American woman, she take cue from Esau and the Negro woman, the B-Dub. All right? See, under a righteous, like the brother said from Memphis, that's that Project Pat. That's that Project Pat. Hold up. That's right. Don't save her, man. She don't want to be saved, man. Like you said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved, man. And you, Jake's gonna have to wisen up and understand that she don't want to be saved, and she's gonna tell you out of her own mouth.
Where I want to go next.
Honestly, I don't think about that. I just think when it happens, it'll be fine.
You can't think that. What would you say if I said that Zion moving in is a deal breaker?
I have to choose him. Like it wouldn't be right for me to not choose him for a package deal.
So if I can't accept Zion moving in,
then we have to break up. We have to.
Of course, as a woman with no children, I really don't understand the love for a child. So when Mike said, I have to choose my child over you, it kind of stings a little bit because it's always been me and Mike since we first met.
In my mind, I think you should just love him.
But he's not.
I know he's not yours.
You see that?
So it's like,
she's a demon. In his mind, you're supposed to just love her. But she said, but he ain't mine. So imagine he had a kid with this demon. Hey, she gonna love that other kid. She gonna treat the kid. His kid's a Jake. He gonna treat the other kid like Sarah did Ishmael, man. I'm saying like the servant's kid. Wait a minute, man. They both Israelites, man. But why? She don't want to be saved, man. And then she said, so I can make my mind what I want to do. She already got another 3 or 5 niggas waiting behind to get with her. That she probably getting plowed right now, man. Plowed, some other nigga right now probably body slamming her to the mattress off the top buckle like Randy Savage, man. You know what I'm saying? You got this. This is hypocrisy, bro. But this is who you have to protect. Fuck out of here.
Hard for me to separate that sometimes.
And we're not married.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. That marriage thing, that's a death note, bro. That's a death note, bro. You get married to the black. Oh my God, bro. If you get married, and Mary talking about white man standards. Get that contract, bro. You through. You fucking through, bro. You through. You are finished. You know what I'm saying? She's like, and we're not married. So like she supposed to turn on the love button for the kid when they get married. That ain't gonna happen, Jack.
I know it's not yours. Yeah. I know. So it's like it's just hard for me to separate that sometimes.
And we're not married. So I really have zero connection.
Just give it a little bit of time. I don't think it's gonna take a lot of time.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it can't take. We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
your timeline.
Yeah, she don't got a lot of time, bro. She don't got a lot of time. Why? Because her expiration date is running up on her, man, and that's about 25. At 25, this is why you see all these hoes jumping in the fucking gym now. They like 3,000 pounds and they jumping in a gym talking about some. Come on, follow me on my weight loss journey. And you don't come on, bro. You tripping. Yo, we need Howard Shy, man. Hey, we need Howard Shy, bro. This bitch is a demon. This is a demon. So, and we don't have enough time. We don't got a lot of time. That's an ultimatum. Look at my man's face. He's like, what? You don't got a lot of time, man. And this man is aging like fine wine. I don't see how he doing it with her ass, but he's aging cool. He can lead this show right now and get a bevy of bitches lined up, ready to take care of his son, ready to take care of him. All of that, man, because he's what you call the quintessential black man. He probably ain't got no crime record, probably got a college degree, probably got a six-pack, probably tackling these hoes like Warren Sapp. You know what I'm saying? And he's a beta. He's a simp. He's a simp. You can tell he just simped out, man. Just like John Boyega. And if that's who you waiting on to protect you, you're going to be through, man. Because guess what? When all hell breaks loose, you're going to need protection, man. You're going to really need protection. You're going to try to look for the men of the Lord. Hey, but the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, ain't having it, man. He ain't having it, man. A lot of you women, a lot of you proud women out here, you're going to suffer that day, man. Yeah, these women live in a fantasy, a complete fantasy, man. A complete fantasy, bro. This Isaiah chapter 3, verse 15. I'm sorry, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking as they mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, will discover their secret parts. It's the reason why the Negro woman, particularly the Negro woman, wears weaves and wigs. Just keep on reading. And it's because they're haughty. Even now, they're even more haughty than they were back then. It says, let me skip down. It says, and discover their secret parts. It's why everybody can see their nakedness, man. And the Lord will take away their bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calves and their round tires like the moon. The chains, the bracelets, the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, the rings, and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, because that's what's going to happen when all hell breaks loose. All of this stuff, because these women still have these things today, with the exception of hair. But they have these things today in this modern society. So when all hell breaks loose, they're going to lose all of that. And these women love to change clothes, man. And their mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins and the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, man. And you see these women with these sunglasses on. They had these sunglasses on and these big ass glasses covering their eyes, man. The Hebrew word there for those glasses, I just want to see what it is. Galaya wand, which is a mirror tablet, a flat shiny ornament, table writings. Is that for tablets? Slacking. Glasses. Yeah, that was glasses. Same thing. Anyway, it says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, this shall be stink. And that's why these women smell. They don't smell good when you lay with them, man. And instead of a girdle or rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, girdle of sackcloth. And that's another thing too, because she was saying that she ain't got a lot of time left. This youth, and she ain't not even fine like that. She got this big ass head. She ain't even, but don't matter because all that's about to disappear. She hit 30. She gonna gain some weight. She gonna start balding. She gonna probably get shorter. She gonna be through. But this dude, as he get older, man, he gonna age well, man.
Because of your timeline?
Our timeline.
Yeah, your timeline, but her timeline is our timeline. She's out of order. She's out of order. There ain't no woman in no position to tell you what you're supposed to do and what time you're supposed to do it. Thy men shall fall by the sword. All these thugnificent dudes, all your simp daddies, all them dudes gonna fall in the war, man. And thy mighty in the war. It says, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So when all hell breaks loose, that's when she gonna try to humble down. That's when she gonna try to seek help. And in that day, Isaiah 4:1, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right. In that day, they're gonna look for a man of the Lord, right? And they're gonna beg him, to lay with them, to become their husband, to take away what? Their reproach. Because these women are about to be fully reproached. The women of our nation and the men, but chief talking about you women, it's more y'all than us, man. A lot of you women gonna be through. Yeah, you gonna have women making it. That's without a doubt. But a lot of you women, you ain't gonna survive this, man. Not with that attitude, not with this mentality, that feminist forward mentality, man. Check this out. They talk about this dude talking about black marriages and shit like that. But the system not set up to have Jake, especially the tribe of Judah, in marriageable relationships, man. It says the rise of divorce rates. This is among the African Americans, okay? It's off of Wikipedia. African American family structure, okay? And it says, post the 1960s expansion of the U.S. welfare state, the American economists Walter E. Williams and Thomas Sowell argue that significant expansion of federal welfare under the Great Society program began in the 1960s, contributing, listen to this, contributing to the destruction of African American families. So this Esau. This is Esau, man. You can't make this up. This is what is it? Esau did this. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. These programs, these social programs that Esau invented, these welfare state programs that he invented, that were to destroy Jake. So he can laugh at you now. Oh, these niggas don't take care of their children. Look at their families are destroyed. It says, he even said it. These programs, let me read it again. Walter E. Williams and Thomas Sowell argue that the significant expansion of federal welfare under the Great Society programs beginning in the 1960s contributed to the destruction of African American families. Sowell has argued the black family, which had survived centuries of slavery and discrimination, began rapidly disintegrating in a liberal welfare state that subsidized unwed pregnancies and changed welfare from an emergency rescue to a way of life. So even though Edomites, they outnumber people on welfare and shit like that, those welfare programs, one, they're not generational the way that they are with our people. Two, a lot of them use these programs, but our people, they use those programs to destroy our people. All right, where they use these welfare programs to help other people, like the Edomites, so-called white men, because they're not suffering the same thing that we're suffering with the rapid disintegration of families because of these welfare states. It says began rapidly disintegrating in a liberal welfare state that subsidized unwed pregnancies and changed welfare from an emergency rescue to a way of life. There are several other factors which may have accelerated the decline of the black family structure, such as the advancement of technology, lessening the need for manual labor to more technical know-how labor, the women's rights movement in general, open and up employment positions, increasing competition, especially from white women in many non-traditional areas, which skilled blacks may have contributed to maintain their family structure in the midst of the rise of the cost of living. You see? So here, that whole women's rights movement destroyed our family structure. But when you bring this up to the B dub, she don't want to hear these things. We're making it up. We're just lying. We don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm a single mother. I got a real job. I ain't on welfare, and I ain't on that. My family structure's still destroyed. Well, look at you. Look at the liberal woman. She's a feminist. She's a straight up feminist. You can't live in a house with a feminist, bro. You be arguing every day. Every time you talk to this chick, it's a heavy conversation. The rate of African American marriages is consistently lower than white Americans and declining. This is by design. This is not by mistake. So even though we under these curses, guess what? Esau is forwarding these curses, man. These trends are so pervasive that families who are married are considered a minority family structure for blacks. Why is that? Because amongst the so-called blacks, Negroes, tribe of Judah, Benjamin and Levi, why is that? But especially the tribe of Judah here in America, oh, you are a minority if you married, you young, you married, you got a family. And watch what it says. In the 1970s, 64% of adult African Americans were married. In the 1970s, over 50% of our people were married. This rate was cut in half by 2004, when it was 32%. Conversely, in 2004, 45% of African Americans had never been married compared to only 25% of white Americans. While research has shown that marriage rates have dropped for African Americans, the birth rate has not. Of course it hasn't, because we're Israelites. Thus, the number of single-parent homes has risen dramatically for black women. Because why? They land with anybody and everybody. That's what they do. They're not brought up to be with one man. This is why they're not protected. One reason for the low rates of African American marriages in high age is high age of first marriage for many African Americans. Right. The Negro woman, she ain't getting married till she about 35, 40. After she done ran a cop gauntlet, after she done got them college degrees, if she got them things, after she done just lived her life, man. Because her whole life, they teach you to live your life so you can't live it no more. Then settle down. For African American women, the marriage rate increases with age compared to white Americans who follow the same trends but marry at younger ages than African Americans. I wonder why white people marry at younger ages, because that's when you're most fertile. That's when you're hot. The black woman want to get married when she's not hot anymore. Like old girl and her timetable, man. And her time, she's losing it. She's making it losing. But Jake is looking at it like, bitch, I ain't losing. I'm good. I'm keep on reading. I'm gonna keep on reading. You don't want to take responsibility, but you need to. There's an order. It says it says one reason for the low compared to white Americans marry younger than African Americans. It says rise in divorce rates. For African Americans who do marry, the rate of divorce is higher. I ask who's the one filing for divorce. It's the woman. Higher than white Americans. While the trend is the same for both African Americans and white Americans, with at least half of marriages for two groups ending in divorce, the rate of divorce tends to be consistently higher for African Americans. This is another reason why you're not protected. You don't have a husband. You don't have a head. You're a headless body walking around the earth. African Americans also tend to spend less time married than white Americans. Overall, African Americans are married at a later age, spend less time married, and are more likely to be divorced than white Americans. Why they spend less time married? Because they working all goddamn day. They can't complete no marriage like that. You can't have no children. You can't raise up a family. The decline and low success rate of black marriages is crucial for study because many African Americans achieve a middle class status through marriage, and likelihood of children growing up in poverty is triple for those in a single parent rather than a two-parent home. So this is all by design. They don't want you to be middle class. They already destroyed the middle class anyway. But imagine Jake's in thriving relationships, marriages, raising children, communicating, all that shit John Boyega said. Esau would have a problem. Esau would have a problem, man. Some researchers suggest that the reason for the rise of divorce rates is the increasing accessibility of divorces. The decline of social stigma of divorce has led to the decrease in a number of legal barriers of getting a divorce, thus making it easier for couples to divorce, man. You see? You see? And this is the reason why she's not protected. Like the brother said, practicing feminist is a practicing witch, man. That brother's picture is funny. You know? Okay. Okay. Hey man, you can't make this stuff up, man. So it's 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, is the Most High, Yahweh. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, is honor for his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesy with her head uncovered, dishonor her head. For that is even as she were all together, as she was all one, as if she were shaven. Okay, it says, for if the woman be not covered, let her be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For the man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. So the Most High took our glory away from us. It's the reason why you ain't protected. Jeremiah 3:31-22. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? The Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. So these women, they go around us, man. These women, they go around us because we went off, because of our backsliding. All right? Our glory was taken away because we're the Lord's glory. When we went off, man, we shamed the Lord's glory. So the Lord took our glory away. Like Elder Apostle Ricard said, man, if we had our woman in order, man, Jake wouldn't have a problem with being in hell, man, because your woman would be in order. But because she's not, it's even the worse of hell, man. You see? You see? It says, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So the woman is she was made for us. We weren't made for her. We weren't made for the woman. She wasn't made to dictate or decide anything. Anything. All right? And the reason why you are uncovered, the reason why you have no covering, that's why, and the Lord said he's going to make a man a covert from all the destruction that's coming. It says this is Isaiah Slacking. Yep. Isaiah 32:1. Same chapter we were just reading. Behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind. This is destroying wind. A man shall be a hiding place, not a woman. And a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in dry places, in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Because when all hell breaks loose, we're going to be the ones, the man is going to be the one that is the significant, not the woman.
That's what we're talking about. I'm deeply in love with Shay. But at the same time, my son comes first. My son comes first over me.
You see? And Jake got life jacked up, man. Yahweh Shai come first before all of that, man. But he don't understand that. He dishonored his own head. Just like she dishonored hers. So you see, hey, that's balance, man. It says, let me read that again. It says, I will have you know, 1 Corinthians 11:3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai. So where our love and want is supposed to be for Yahweh Shai, man. And the head of the woman is the man. And all the woman's love and want is for her husband. That's what's supposed to be her husband. And then obviously her children. And the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh, the Most High, man. This dude said his kids come before himself, man. Now I understand when you got children, You want your kids to be safe. You want your kids to be taken care of, even if you have to sacrifice yourself. But guess what? Yahweh Shai sacrificed himself for us. So we ought to do the same thing as making ourselves living sacrifices to Yahweh Shai. And a woman is supposed to do the same for us. You see? So Jake is just all jacked up, man. And this kind of dude ain't going to protect you. This kind of dude right here ain't going to protect you in that he can yell and scream for the cameras all he want. But that ain't going to stop no missile from blowing his ass up. That ain't going to stop these Esau from chopping him down with them choppers. They ain't going to stop the Most High, Yahweh Shai, from sicking these death angels on you and getting famine up off you, man. It's going to be hell out here, man. So I didn't mean to make this long like this. I really just wanted to, it just jumped in my spirit to do this lesson. I didn't want to focus on a woman too much, but you know, it had to be said. I couldn't not do it. I tried, and the spirit was like, nah, man, do the lesson, man. So I hope it was edifying. I really do, brothers. And for you select out that's doing the right thing, keep doing the right thing. For you brothers that doing the right thing, keep doing the right thing. Don't stop, man. Fear Yahweh Shai with all your heart and love each other, man. Because see, we're practicing right now, brothers. Whether people know it or not, whether your woman knows it or not, whether people around you know, other men know it or not, we're practicing what Yahweh Shai said. We're actually practicing what the kingdom gonna be like, man. Loving one another, fearing Yahweh Shai with all our heart and soul, man. Guiding our houses, being real men. Being real men. Yahweh Shai is making us men, bro. Men. Okay? And so with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Yahweh Kodash. Say double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, for teaching his word and truth and sincerity, and for ruling well. And salutations to our fellow Ak. Keep pushing, keep striving. We're almost out of here. Shalom.